In this video, I'm going to go over a random collection of hiking and backpacking hacks that I have come across that actually really work well for me. Welcome to Roughing It with Ruth, the channel where everything is a bit rough around the edges. Number one is to use a disposable Mya Emergency Blanket as a ground sheet for your tent. Not only can this save you a little bit of weight if you have a more bulky tent footprint usually, but it also can increase the warmth inside of the tent slightly. It seems like this shouldn't have as much of an impact as it does because those Mylar blankets are really thin, but it does actually make a difference when you're camping in really cold weather, particularly because the ground can suck away your body heat very effectively. So having that little Mylar layer just underneath your tent can make the world of difference. If there is one knot that I'm glad that I learned, it is the Tor Line Hitch. It is a really simple knot. I'm not some kind of knot prodigy at all, and I can manage to do it. And it's very, very useful if you want to replace the line tensioners on your tarp or tent to save weight, or if one of those line tensioners breaks in the field, or if you have to attach an extra DIY guy line to some point of your tarp or tent and you need a way to tension it. Something that I'm so glad that somebody taught me on, I think, my first ever backpacking trip was not to wear shoes inside the tent. The vast majority of dirt that gets into the tent is going to come from the bottom of your shoes. If you just don't wear those shoes into the tent, then you're going to keep your tent far, far cleaner. But I hear half the people watching this video say, if I leave my shoes outside, they may be stolen or frozen or eaten by a mouse or some other random thing that happens to them. Yes, that is true, which is why my next tip is to bring one of those disposable shower caps with you, just those plastic disposable shower caps that you get at like hotels. And you can use that as a shoe bag to put your shoes inside and then put that inside of your tent at night with you. Then if you are really hankering after a pillow that you did not bring with you because you were trying to save weight, or if you just forgot your pillow at home, then what I suggest is using a waterproof bag filled with air as a substitute pillow. I've used all sorts of bags for this, even just plastic bags, and those Sea to Summit dry bags work particularly well. The one thing that I will say is that you definitely need to cover the bag with something. You can put it inside of a t-shirt or inside of a jacket just so that your own face isn't sticking to the plastic all night long. Another sleeping hack is to use your backpack or other miscellaneous items underneath your sleeping pad to even out the ground before you go to sleep. I cannot tell you how many nights I have had the absolute worst night's sleep on a backpacking trip because the ground was kind of slanted or uneven or had little humps and holes in it. And if I had just used this hack, I probably would have slept much better. Then while you are sleeping, if you have any items that are sensitive to cold, such as things with a battery like your headlamp or a power bank or your camera, then it might be a good idea to put them inside the foot box of your sleeping bag and keep them inside your sleeping bag with you so that they don't get frozen cold during the night. And speaking of during the night, I always put my shoes, my headlamp, and my toilet kit, so my toilet paper, trowel, and hand sanitizer, right at the door of the tent, just in case I need to go out in the middle of the night for a bathroom break. There's nothing worse than having to try and find those things in the dark, in your backpack, in the tent, when all you need is to just get out there and go to the bathroom. And then lastly is a hack that I have actually spoken about on my channel before, and that is if your pillow keeps sliding off of your inflatable backpacking mat at night, try putting a t-shirt or a zipped up jacket or even a buff, if you have a relatively large buff, over the pillow and the sleeping mat as a sort of pillowcase that encompasses the sleeping mat as well, in order to stop that pillow from moving around. It's a really, really easy hack to do, and it can improve the comfort of your sleep enormously if your pillow isn't constantly sliding out from under your head. If you don't like the idea of doing that and you're a little bit crafty, then you can also make your own DIY elastic strap that goes around the edges and holds onto your pillow. I hope you enjoyed all of these tips. Please leave your best camping and hiking tips in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to see more from me, then you can click on my channel name to see videos that I've made in the past, or you can subscribe to my channel to see videos that I'm going to make in the future.